Whitney Leavitt from The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives getting her Chicago debut honestly makes me feel like she is one of the first people to successfully beat a villain edit on television. And I kind of think that it's because of how different she appears on social media and how visibly passionate she is for the things that are happening to her outside of this reality TV show. One of the things that I do think is interesting is how many people are criticizing this idea of stunt casting on Broadway, because Roxy Hart specifically is a role that is actively stunt cast on Broadway. It is an incredibly long-running show. It's a very well-known and popular show. The set itself is very minimalistic, and it's very much about the performers that are in that role. And Roxy Hart in particular is a character who has actively been utilized with celebrities to actually bring more people to the theater, which is always genuinely a good thing. But I also think that this role of Roxy Hart is actually perfect for Whitney. Outside of the fact that Dancing with the Stars absolutely proved that she definitely can dance, and I hope that this show proves that she can sing, Roxy is a character who is all about performance. I think there's something so interesting and meta about Whitney, a reality television star who's been absolutely villainized from the very beginning, who sure has maybe made some decisions that everybody doesn't agree with, but frankly on that reality television show, who hasn't, but has so much star power that you want to follow her anyway, despite the fact that her news cycle is a negative one. That absolutely ties to this idea of her playing Roxy Hart. Roxy Hart is a character that only works if she's charming, if she has an ability to sort of razzle dazzle on stage, and at her core absolutely desperately wants to be a star. And we know that that actually ties together with everything that Whitney's had in her storyline lately. She left the show after season 2 and was only able to be coaxed back with this idea of potentially getting to go on Dancing with the Stars. And then at the reunion, we have this objectively weird moment where Nick Viall actually kind of seems to take pleasure in telling her that she's not going to get to be on Dancing with the Stars, and then sort of like reverse pranking her and being like, oh yeah, you get to do it. There's this like desire to make Whitney kind of the punching bag of that cast. And I think there's something so interesting to be said about reality television and their editing and the way that we storytell when it comes to reality TV, that Whitney objectively has become one of the most likable people in that cast outside of the show itself. And personally, I love the idea of her taking on Roxy Hart, a character who is so charming despite the way that she ended up a lead character in this show in the first place, that you want to watch her sing and dance and get everything her heart dreams of. Roxy Hart is a perfect role for Whitney to actually make a step outside of reality television. It's a role that is traditionally stunt cast, and it's a role that frankly I would like to see her play on stage. And I'm personally really interested to see where Whitney goes as she makes this move from reality television to scripted content, because we know not only is she doing Chicago, she's also been cast in a movie. And I'm curious how you guys feel. Do you think reality TV stars can make the leap to scripted content? And would you compare it to something like Chrishell from Selling Sunset, who did the opposite? Or do you think that reality TV stars are too well known as individuals to help you kind of go into the suspension of disbelief of storytelling?